Hi, welcome back to another Wellness Wednesday here at Spine and Rehab Specialists. I'm Earl Hayden, one of the physical therapists here, joining again by Chris McMillen. Today we're going to show you 6 different things you can do if you just had a rotator cuff tear. Okay, so the first exercise we're going to show you is doing rows, but we have a little twist in it. We have a loop over here on the wrists. This helps to just engage the rotator cuff muscles just a little bit more. So Chris is going to spread that loop as much as he can, and then he's going to do a row. So he's going to squeeze right here and pull those elbows back and keep that spread as he straightens back out, and then you can relax that, okay? Or if you have pretty good endurance on there, if it's not that bad of an injury, you can keep that spread the entire time. The main thing is you shouldn't really have extra pain on the shoulder while doing it. You should just feel the muscles working a lot harder. You can do this exercise even without the loop, that's fine, but having that just helps to really engage those deeper stabilizer muscles in the shoulder. On the wrist, we're going to do a wall push-up or different variations of push-ups, just having that loop on there, keeping that spread. Again, when we do the push-up, we're squeezing the shoulder blades together and pushing all the way out, trying to keep everything nice and tight. Again, the loop there just makes it a little bit more difficult, really engages some of these muscles a little bit more that are deep in the shoulder. So even in this exercise, still effective even without the loop, but just gets that just a little extra spicy with the loop on there. The next exercise we're going to show is just a side lying external rotation. So you don't really need a lot of weight. You might not even be able to use a weight if you have had an injury. But if you need one, if it's pretty easy, go ahead and go up a little bit more with that weight. So Chris is keeping that elbow tucked in his side. He's lifting up that hand, not lifting up the elbow, just kind of turning. If we can go just a little bit higher, right around there. So you want to go up just above parallel to the table. You don't have to go all the way up. So you want to work on to like 15, 20 repetitions should be fine. Now, if this is feeling a lot easier, you're not having any pain, the way you can step this up is you can still do that turn, but then from here, punch that weight straight out. Okay, so straight ahead, hold it there, and then bring it back, and then turn it back down. Again, this just puts a lot more stress on these muscles back here, on that rotator cuff, but this is a great exercise to put in your normal routine. Okay, so the next exercise we're going to show is just for working out the middle part, the middle trapezius, but it also helps to work out these deeper muscles in the shoulder. So the first thing we're going to do, you want to get a nice big squeeze right here between the shoulder blades, and then we're going to lift the arm out to the side, right there, and then we're going to keep that squeeze even as we lower the arm down. Bring the arm down, and then we can relax that squeeze. So it's squeeze, lift, down, and then relax the shoulder blade. Okay, we don't need a lot of resistance on this right now. Chris is just using his hand, but if you can use anywhere between like 2 to even 4 pounds, depending on how strong you are and depending on how much discomfort you're having with the exercise. Again, we want this to feel perfect when you're doing this. All right, good. So the exercises that are good for the shoulder, if you've had an injury there, just trying to create that stability in there, or some type of plank variations. Here we're using the Swiss ball. So with the knees down, there's not as much pressure on the joints, but if you feel like everything's getting a lot stronger, or if you're already pretty strong right here in the core, you can definitely lift up the knees and go into your normal plank position, keeping everything nice and elevated, okay? So once you can hold this for a solid minute, or even or maybe a little bit less than that, maybe 45 seconds, you can add other variations as long as the shoulder feels okay. You can do what's called a stir the pot. So we're keeping that plank position, just moving that ball around, keeping everything else still. So this really torches that shoulder, makes it work hard, but of course is a great exercise for the core, as we can see by Chris's expression. All right, last exercise we're going to show you is ball stabilization on the wall, or just wall circles. So Chris has this little ball right here. You don't necessarily need a weighted ball. You can just get one of those cheapy balls like from Walmart or whatever, just something round that you could put on there. So Chris has his hand on there. We're really pushing forward with the shoulder, not leaning into it. It's all coming from the shoulder. And he's just going to make some clockwise circles, maybe about 30 repetitions of that. And then after that, we're going to go backwards. So we're going to do counterclockwise circles. And again, making sure that again, a nice push through the shoulder. Look at here, his hand's not rotating either way, it's just staying vertical, okay? Now, if your shoulder pain is clearing up, you're getting a little bit better with being able to reach up, then you can do this even overhead, and this is a lot harder. So same thing, just kind of digging into that ball and making those circle movements. All right. And those are 6 different things you can do if you just had a rotator cuff tear and you're just trying to avoid having surgery and get that pain down, get some of that strength back. But if you're still having problems with that, you need more ideas or need more help with any of those exercises, come and check us out. We can help you out and give you more guidance on that and see if physical therapy is going to be the right course for you, or do we really need to go forth and talk to your physician, get a closer look at everything. And we can also do ultrasound imaging here and kind of see how those muscles are moving as you're moving that arm around, okay? So join us next week for another Wellness Wednesday and more ideas to keep you moving. And of course, join us tomorrow for our next Thirsty for Knowledge Thursdays, where our owner Harry is going to go over rotator cuff tears in more detail, what they are, how they happen, and how we can help you with those here at Spine and Rehab Specialists.